You might have found me from my redesigning ugly Reddit rooms videos, in which I made the very foolish decision to do mock-ups of 10 different spaces in one single video, some of which had multiple different angles, and it took me 3 weeks to edit that video. So we will not be doing that today. Instead, we are designing one room that has 2 different angles, and I'm going to take you with me through the process while I'm doing it and give you a little bit more context about the decisions that I'm making and why I'm making them and stuff like that. And yes, I'm sitting back on the floor because apparently my light isn't working today, and this is the only spot in our entire apartment that has any natural light. So it is what it is. Although I do think I looked better in natural light rather than whatever other light I had. So if you're new here, my name is Medora. I use they, them pronouns. I make videos about home design for girls, gays, and theys. And today we are designing an ugly Reddit room. Specifically a room that I found on our Design My Room. And the title just says, "Our house feels terrible, please help." So if this is your house and you happen to be seeing this video, let me know how you think I did. I have no information here about what this person's style is or what their problems are with the space. It just says, "Our house feels terrible, please help." Here's the second view of the room. So it looks like it's kind of a longer, skinnier space. Living room over here, dining room. I imagine kitchen is off to the left over here because that looks like a pantry, or maybe it's just a storage area. I can't quite tell. And yeah, it's really not a vibe. Although clearly they know this because they submitted their place to our Design My Room. Before we get into it, let's look at the comments briefly just to see if there's any more updates. Patriotic couches. Yeah, red, white, and blue can look really good together, and it doesn't have to look patriotic, but in this context, when there's 3 equally sized couches, especially in all very different styles, it's just really, really not doing it for me. It's really interesting because I feel like you could say that they've followed some design rules, right? Like there's a relatively cohesive color palette, there's a pop of a red, it's not like super cluttered necessarily, but yeah, nothing about this is working. So let's help this person. Yeah, someone mentioned the purple throw blankets here. Multiple of them. Yeah, that's definitely making it worse. Yeah, people are saying bigger rug, round dining table, although maybe. We'll see when we get there. The can lights, definitely, they're just standard in new builds, so I'm not mad at them, but we just need to get some prettier lights in there to distract from them and to bring in a nicer quality of lighting so that we don't have to use the can lights unless absolutely necessary. Yeah, cover the pantry. I'm thinking a curtain for that, but we'll see. Yeah, people are basically just saying, you know, normal standard design things. Dimmer switch, definitely a good idea. Yeah, the OP said everything is from Facebook Marketplace. Aside from cohesion materials and furniture styles, any other tips on furniture to remove, furniture to add, decorations, helping the lighting and the walls? Plans as of now are to make the couches more cohesive, better lamps, larger rug, and potentially curtains, new coffee table, new dining table, and new media console. Whether this person is getting things thrifted or not, it looks like they have enough of a budget to basically replace everything. So that is very helpful information. And definitely makes my job a little bit easier. Let's see if there's any other comments from OP. Someone said, "Your house is giving medical center," which is not what we want our houses giving. Unless you very specifically have some sort of condition where you need the functionality of a medical center with bright lights and everything being sterile and clean. But even then, add in a nice little table lamp that has like some warm lighting or something, you know? So, okay, someone said it's eclectic. I'm going to argue with you on that one because this just feels like free side of the road furniture where there wasn't really any thought put into it, and that is not eclectic. Eclectic is still intentional, still thoughtful. There's just kind of a lot going on, but it still has to like work and be well designed. You can't just call anything that doesn't fit the mainstream eclectic. That's not how that works. Okay, Any more comments from OP? Someone says burn everything but the TV, and I don't necessarily disagree with that. Again, we have no guidance on style or anything, so we're just gonna kind of go like what I would consider to be pretty standard, pretty universally likable. So let's get these images into Illustrator and clean them up. Okay, I need to plug my computer in and the cord won't quite reach. Okay, so we have these good enough, ready to go. And, ooh, before we do anything, we are going to save these. Okay, so we need to fit a living room, a dining room, and an office in this area because there was a little desk over in the corner. I think my thought is to put the desk over by this window, right underneath this window. It gives you a nice view. It helps with eye strain because you can like look far away rather than just looking at a wall all day. And then I think otherwise I'm going to keep a pretty similar layout because I'm guessing that obviously these stairs go upstairs to bedrooms. I doubt the kitchen is on the other side of these stairs on the first floor. I assume that the kitchen is where this pantry is. So I think it makes sense to keep the living room by the front door and the dining room by the kitchen and pantry. So we're going to stick with that layout. And with that in mind, let's head over to Etsy because Etsy, well, okay, no, let's do Marketplace first. Craigslist and Marketplace. I'm going to go for Denver, Colorado. We're going to assume we're in like a relatively big city, but not like a massive city. Because obviously the bigger city you're in, the more options you have. And so I want to have enough options, but not an overwhelming amount of options. Let's see. Instead of scrolling randomly, let's look for couch. Some perfectly fine couches. $50, nice and cheap. This is a brand new couch. No. Are there any cute couches or are they all just normal, boring couches? Brand new olive green cloud couch. I could work with that. That's an option. Oh, that's cute. That could be a fun little accent piece. Oh, I like that. Okay, just for the heck of it, I'm gonna search for CB2 couches, just because I know they have some like nicer silhouettes. Let's see, what's this one? I don't think, well, this is the same one that Paige has. I don't personally love an armless couch, but I do like the look of that specific one. Extra large sofa. Not mad at that. That's kind of fun and funky. Usually I don't go for a teal, and this is very, very modern. It does not look comfortable. That can't be comfortable. This is fun, but again, it's so low to the ground, and it's very, very neat. Very cool. I'll leave it up as an option. Not sure how comfy it would be yet. I have heard good things about Albany Park, so I'm curious which sofa that is. I don't love that one, but I'm pretty sure, editing Medora, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they have a lifetime warranty, maybe? And I'm also pretty sure they're Black owned. Although, yeah, I'm not really in love with that couch. Okay, well, I think we have some good options for the couch. Let's look for armchairs. Those are kind of fun. Those are neat. Oh, I like those a lot. They're definitely like very mid-century and very, they're a little trendy, but for what we're finding on Marketplace, I'm not mad at those. What's this? I want something that people can, actually sit in. Let's try vintage armchairs. See if that does anything. I might like these for the desk situation, the office over there, so that could be fun. There are some nice armchairs in here, but I would really like to have a set of 2 matching ones. Oh, these are cute for the dining chairs. Oh, those are nice. I like those. They look like they're in good condition. They look like they don't need to be reupholstered. I love the fabric. I love the shape of them. Oh, it's Milo Bowman. Bauman? I can't remember. Although that is a lot of... Okay, well, there's not chrome there, but those do feel maybe a little too close. So maybe we won't do those office chairs because I really love these dining chairs. Okay, love seat and chairs. Those are cute. I like the armchairs. Those could definitely be a good option. Legs are falling asleep again. Just have to reposition a little. I mean, those are a lounge chair. What's that? I can't tell if I love it or hate it. The black isn't really doing it for me, but like, it's interesting. I'll leave it up for now. Okay, we need a coffee table and a dining table. I don't like any of these so far. This one could be okay. Well, I don't want the side table. Is there a good picture of just the coffee table? Because that's really what I need. No, there's not. Okay, never mind. Ooh, free. I like free. It's not a great picture, but I like it. Okay, got a Burlwood coffee table. Don't know how I feel about the hexagon shape, but I like the pop of Burlwood. Maybe it could be a side table? It's 27 by 32, so like a 2.5-foot circle-ish. That could work for something. Ooh, more Burlwood. Let's see. Oh, this is one of these. Not in the best condition. $600 is a lot for being so chipped up. Although I imagine this was probably like, oh, I was going to say $2,000. Yeah, $1,900 brand new. I wish there was a better picture of it. I'll leave it up. We could probably find a better picture of it. Results from outside your search. Yeah, I'm not finding a lot in terms of coffee. I kind of like this one, honestly. Just like a nice big square. I'm not mad at that. Oh, I pulled, damn it. Hold on. Okay, let's try that again. Stretch my leg out. Vintage Lane coffee table. What kind of, no. A round coffee table. I mean, I'm not mad at this first picture of it, but that one, no. There we go. That could be a good round coffee table. Simple, modern, a little boring, but whatever. That's probably enough options. Okay, dining table. And we're looking for a dining table to go with the chairs that we found that are these. So probably wood, because a lot of the issue was that we needed to bring some warmth into the space. So let's find some wood tables, especially some like warmer wood, big chunky kind of thing. This one says excellent condition. Sure, I like that. I'm not mad at that for $100. This is kind of fun and different. Definitely very modern. I don't think it's quite as sturdy looking as I would like, but it's an option. Ooh, what's this? This looks like unfinished pine, which means we could stain it whatever color we wanted. Custom built. Okay, it definitely has a finish on it. There's a bit of a sheen, but that could be another option. I don't love how light it is. It's a very light color, but again, we could stain it. All right, let's start bringing these in, and I will see you when it's time for Etsy. Okay, now that we've got everything in here, I want to go through and pick out my main pieces of furniture and really decide on those. So that way we can head over to Etsy and style the space. So first I'm going to start with the living room and just kind of decide if I want a darker couch, which I think I really might because the rest of the space is so light. Although I was considering painting the ceiling, which could be a fun move. But yeah, let's see, dark couch with those chairs. Not the worst thing I've ever seen. With those chairs, I like it better. With those chairs, okay, I'm feeling those two together. That's a good vibe. And then I do really like this as a little accent couch, so maybe I'll do these three together, because I don't really want to deal with reupholstering anything, so let's just set the rest of those off to the side, and try to style these within the space. Just gonna do a quick outline here. This is obviously much faster than the quality that I give to my virtual clients, but this is the basic process. All right, this will be really good in this photo if we want it to go kind of in that corner. I'm not mad at that, but then the trick is that we don't have a good picture for this corner, but I think if we just reflect it, it'll give us the same like general vibe. It's not quite the same, but it's the same corner that's going in. Although that means we can't put the TV on that wall. Do we need a TV? How much do we need a TV? Because maybe we don't need a TV. Let's just set that up there for now. And then the other two pieces, we wanted these armchairs, which is not a great photo of those. And then this little couch sofa thingy. Okay, let's bring these chairs in here. And unfortunately, there was not a back view. Obviously, this is not going parallel to the other couch, but I can't make it. And then these will be over here. Okay, obviously this isn't the greatest render because we're not working with the best photos. It definitely makes it a lot easier to work with photos that are from multiple different angles, professionally lit, professionally photographed. But since we're working with Marketplace, we are making do with what we have. I really love this whole combination of furniture so far because we've got the deep, dark, grounding, large, heavy, chunky couch. We've got the lighter, airier, black leather and chrome, like cute couch. And then we've got the pop of warmth, a little extra seating. We've got some armchairs, options for people because especially if you like having people over, having different options for seating is always great. So let's see, coffee tables. I'm tempted to use this as a side table. So I don't think I want to use that as the main coffee table. I kind of feel like I have to use the round one because everything is so square and linear for right now. There isn't much in terms of round to soft edges. So we're going to go for this one. Yeah, I think that's the right coffee table for the space. Yeah, I like that. That feels like a solid base so far. Okay, I'm liking the direction so far. We definitely need a rug, but we can find that on Etsy. Etsy is a great place for rugs. And then let's pick out the desk and dining table because those are kind of the most important things. We're definitely going with this one set of chairs because I love this set of chairs. So in order to do that, I'm just gonna not mad at that. Definitely like that. Also not mad at that. I am mad at that. I don't like that. Okay, let's delete that option. And then this one. And no, I don't like that one either. Maybe it's just because they're lighter woods. But this one feels like the safe option. But this one feels like the interesting, pretty character option. And I feel like because this space is a new build, we need to bring in as much character as possible. Because especially with this is a pretty modern couch, pretty modern coffee table. At least we've got the vintage armchairs and the vintage little sofa thingy, but we really need some more character in this space. So I want to try this table. Don't love what's happening though with the tabletop, so I want to fix that. We're gonna take this and just plop it on top of there. And that will be good enough. So let's put that table over here. And then let's try to figure out how to put this group of chairs in there in a way that looks right. Okay, desk. Now, do we want wood or metal? I feel like the wood grain isn't really coming out in this. There we go. That will help us make our decision. Okay, wood desk, which kind of feels like there's too much wood going on, or metal desk. I like the metal desk. It's so big, but like, let's just go with it. Okay, metal desk goes over here. And then since we have all of our main pieces picked out now, let's clean up my workspace and then head over to Etsy. I am leaving this one just in case I want a little side table, but I will decide that later. Before we head over there, let's make a quick list of what we're looking for. We're looking for a large rug for the living room. Let's make this in a font that you can see, and we might as well go with a pretty font while we're at it. Okay, large rug, sconces, desk lamp, art, pendants for dining room. Ooh, desk chair. And then maybe something for styling the center of the dining table. All right, that is our list. I might still paint the ceiling, but I don't know that we necessarily need it now. I feel like we've brought enough warmth and dark grounding colors to the space that we don't necessarily need to. Yes, let's finish charging. Okay. Changing positions so that my feet don't fall asleep. Let's head over to Etsy. Large rug. I don't know how well that's gonna do, but we can... Well, no, we have a green couch, so I don't want a green rug. I don't know that we need a dark rug, but I also don't really want a light rug. Let's see what our options are. That's flat woven. Red, kind of like a terracotta color. That could work. Red and green, those go nice together. Copy that. Already liking that. Okay, let's find some other rug options. This one's pretty standard. Like, if you just want, like, a normal... I'm not feeling it. I feel like this red has cooler undertones, at least in the photo, whereas this one has warmer undertones, which I like. And we wanted to bring more warmth into the space. So get rid of that one. This one's very dark. I don't know how I feel about this. This one also feels like it has purple undertones, but it's also just brown, which I'm not mad at. Maybe. That's a maybe. I have seen this one all over the place. This one's kind of fun. That could work. That could bring in a lot of fun pattern, which we don't have enough of yet. Or any of. Not mad at this one. This would add some depth and also some pattern. So let's see. That could be cool. Okay, we have options. Last look at rugs. Those are flat woven. Okay, good enough. Okay, what else was on our list? Sconces. I don't like any of these so far. This one's not awful, it's just very modern and it will feel... I don't want to say it's trendy because I think it's well designed, but I think it's very of the time. And I would like to stay away from that as much as possible. I'm not mad at these, and these are plugins, so you don't have to do any extra electrical work. Although there are definitely ways to convert a regular sconce into either a plug-in sconce or use a rechargeable light bulb or something like that. This is kind of fun. These are nice and timeless. Like they've got a modern twist to them, but they feel like something that will not go out of style very quickly. So I'm not mad at those. Nothing is like really standing out to me. I gotta search for vintage because this is not it. Yeah, let's go for vintage. I do like the little picture lights, but those are just so small for the scale of a room. This is such a large room. Ooh, I do like the pop of blue though. Okay, maybe those would be cute for like on either side of a piece of art or something. I'll keep that as an option. Those are kind of fun. Those are neat. Okay, I kind of like those. I do like these as a vintage flush mount option, although we don't necessarily need those because we do already have lights in the ceiling. But, I mean, maybe we could replace them with these, because these are so much cuter. Maybe if I search for large sconces, that would help, because these all feel pretty dinky for the size of the room that we're putting it in. I'm leaning towards these, and these, they feel kind of big. No, not really, but whatever. Okay, what else is on the list? Desk lamp. Desk lamp. I'm not mad at that. That's kind of cute. That's kind of fun. Although, oh no, we went with the metal desk, not the wood one. So maybe a wood desk lamp would be cute. I'm not mad at that. That's fun. Definitely look at that. Wooden table lamp. Okay, let's specifically search for wood. Wood desk lamp. These are not vintage. This one's vintage. That's cute. Brings a little bit more traditional in there, since the rest of the space is pretty modern. Let's try Brutalist. I mean, that's neat, but it's not going to be very functional as a desk lamp. The cork and chrome is kind of fun, but we would need a lampshade with that. I don't know what this is, but it's fun. I don't mind the pop of red, and this is vintage IKEA. So that could be cool. Oh, and if I didn't mention already, all of the Etsy links will be linked below, just in case you see something you like. We could do an architect lamp. That would be kind of cute. Although it is metal on metal, which I'm not feeling, but at least they're different colors, I suppose. Oh, but that's so cute, but it's metal. No. Oh, this one's good too. Okay, that's probably enough desk lamp options. Oh, wait, but that one's good too. Okay. See, the thing is you just keep scrolling and there's a lot of good stuff on here. Okay, what else is on the list? Art. Let's look for oil painting. Nothing's calling to me so far. What colors do we want? It's a pretty neutral space so far, so I feel like we could really add any color in here and it would work. I'm not mad at that. Okay, maybe I have to search original painting. I don't know if pink and orange is the vibe. It could be. It could be. We'll see. I definitely want something longer and skinnier for above the couch, whereas I want something tall for in the dining room. And that'll kind of like help delineate the spaces in a way that will make sense, I think. So we definitely don't want green for the living room art. Otherwise, I was kind of looking at that one. I love the way this is framed. Oh, that's fun. That's a good art. That's a good art. Wow. Very good words there, Medora. Okay, this one I really like. That would be perfect for the dining room. Now, it's clearly not actually very big in real life, but we're just gonna, again, for the sake of this video, this would be an easy DIY. So let's say we'll take this as inspiration and DIY something based off of it. I like this art, but it's clearly way too small. We could do something more neutral like that. It's not necessarily speaking to me, but it's an option. Okay, this is nice and long and skinny. Again, very DIY-able because I imagine this is not very big. No. Not very big. Ooh, that's a good pop of red. Okay, I do like this. That could also be a good option for above the couch. Okay, we're gonna say that's enough art. Okay, we need a pendant for the dining room because we're gonna have a rug in the living room and we don't necessarily want to put another rug right next to it because that'll just be competing in a weird way. So, pendant. Let's see. What do we want in a pendant? something relatively big because these are pretty tall ceilings. That could be a good option. Again, I can't tell how big some of these are. That could be a good option. I do always love these ones. This isn't specifically from Sputnik Lights, but basically anything from Sputnik Lights is a good option. This would take up a lot of visual real estate, but I don't love it. Either of these would be fine. Again, maybe a little bit more modern than I'm hoping for. Again, this one, but I've used this in so many makeovers. This could be a fun pop of color. And then there's always, you know, like a linen shade, something nice and simple like that. Okay, let's look through one more page and then we will be done with the pendants. I'm not necessarily mad at that. That's fine. Two of the blue ones could be cute together. And then, oh, this one's better than that other one that I pulled up. Okay, let's look for a desk chair and then just like any other random styling things. What's it called? Steel case, I think? Yeah, like this kind of thing is what I'm thinking of. But maybe not exactly that. I just want something that's a little more interesting. This one's at least a nice pop of color. That one's a fun color too, but less of a pop. I really want some upholstery or something because the desk we chose is, you know, metal. That could be good. I'm not mad at that. It's a little more contemporary in shape than I was hoping for. Let's see if there's anything else. We could do Herman Miller, but that feels like it's a little on the nose. I do love these dining chairs though. Those are so pretty. I feel like I put those in another video. Those feel very familiar to me. I'm gonna save those. Yeah, I think something darker or a pop of color would be good for the office chair. Not seeing much. Okay, well, we'll just go with that one. There was a red one that was, oh, I don't know where it went. It's somewhere. We'll go with the red one. And then any other styling things. So I was thinking mostly of like a bowl on the dining room table. That was kind of the main thing. And then maybe I wouldn't mind a tree in this back corner to kind of like draw your eye in. Oh, and then we need curtains. Okay, we'll have to go to 2 pages for that. And of course, it'll be linked down below because I need the money. So, and also they are genuinely good curtains. And they are the most custom look you can get for that price. So, bowl for the dining table. Okay, let's go ceramic. I like that. That one's okay. Blue could be a nice pop of color. I do like to go a little bit more like weird and interesting and unique with my ceramics because they're not super big, so you can be a little bit more playful with that. Ooh, that's fun. Oh, that really is a centerpiece, isn't it? Okay. That could be fun. In real life, this is probably something that I would go to a craft fair for, but for now, we're sticking to Etsy. I like the shape of this one, but I don't think we need another neutral in this space. We could do green to tie in the couch. Again, blue. Apparently, I am drawn to blue right now, although I don't mind this more modern one. Okay, that's enough bowls. What else were we thinking? Curtains. Okay, I don't have everything in here yet, but let's start making some decisions based on what we do already have in here. And then I'll do a few little extra styling things and show you the final reveal. So let's decide on a rug first and foremost, I think, because we either need something big and bright and colorful like that, but that also feels like kind of a lot and kind of specific. This feels definitely like a safer option. That also feels like a safe option, but I feel like we need some pattern in here. And I think I'm really leaning towards this red rug. I feel like it has the right amount of warmth that I'm looking for, and that will just add a lot to the space. So let's get this in perspective and crop it and all of that. Okay, how does that look? That's fine. And then since we have a lot of color going on in the living room and not much color going on over here, I think I want to bring in one of these colorful bowls, or maybe I could bring in, I don't like that color blue with those. Okay, so for blue bowls, we have 3 options. We have that option, which is a deeper blue, which I do like. We have this option, well, that's a little bit brighter, and I think this one's a little bit brighter too, so I don't... Yeah, no, I'm feeling this darker blue. So I'll put these back up here and hide those. And then we can also hide the rugs because those are not needed anymore. And we can put that on the table. That is too big. It kind of looks black from this far away, but if you zoom in, it's very clearly blue. So, and then... I don't actually know if I like this art. Where did... Okay, here. This one we were going to do this for the dining room. Although it does feel kind of colorful. So I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about that. It feels like slightly too colorful. Although maybe it'll just bring some balance to the space because the living room is definitely much more colorful right now. So We'll see. I'm not loving the colors with the rest of the colors that are happening in the living room. So let's try this one instead. Oh yeah, I think I already like this one better. Okay. See, sometimes it's just a matter of seeing things in the space. I love how it brings in the red from the rug, but it's a much deeper red, a much richer red. So it really pulls you into the space along with this person's face, like just the fact that it's a human's face. That already gives so much more intrigue to the space than just like a random abstract piece of art. So I love this. Okay, I'm excited about this. I'm gonna try to make it a little bit bigger. That is so good. Okay, here, let's center it with a table a little bit more. And then maybe we could do a tapestry in the living room rather than some regular wall art. We'll see. We'll see. I haven't decided on that one yet. We'll just throw that up there for now. And then, okay, hold on. I've been neglecting the side of the room. Okay, looking good. Save. And then I'm leaning towards this more like mustardy color for the desk chair rather than the red one. I feel like the red one's the more obvious choice because we've got the red here, we've got the red here, but that's why I don't want it. It feels a little too matchy-matchy, whereas this one, it feels like it's tying in the yellow undertones from these warm armchairs. And so I think I'm going to go with this one instead. I'm liking it so far. All right, and then the last important thing I think we need is a pendant for over the dining table, because I feel like that'll really help separate the spaces a little bit. I mean, the rug obviously helps a lot with that, but a pendant light is essential. And then if I can find some art to go in the living room, that would be great. If I can find a desk lamp, that would also be great, but I am running low on time here. So let's get to it. I'm kind of leaning towards this one just off the bat. It's a lot of fun. I don't know if it's actually big enough. That's also fun. That feels like a little standard, like I've seen it before. That's a little too contemporary, I think. That's fine. I like the brass that it brings in there. And then what about this one? I definitely like this one better than that one, but let's go for this one. This one feels a little bit more unique and interesting in a way that you don't usually see with new lights, whereas this feels like it's pretty, it's good. I've just seen it before. But this one, I feel like I have not. All right, and let's put this vaguely there-ish. I want it to be lower, but we're gonna pretend like it's lower over the table, but I don't want it to be blocking too much of the living room. So we're just gonna leave it there for now. So I think I'm going to do a few finishing touches. I might paint the ceiling. I'm definitely gonna get some curtains. I might throw a few random pieces of art in there. And then after a brief time lapse, drumroll please, we're going to remind you again of the before and then the after. I honestly am so obsessed with how all of this came together. I would be so happy living in the space. Obviously, this is all new furniture, all new rugs. Well, not brand new, mostly secondhand. But again, it's just a testament to the power of what some intentional curation can do to your space. Because before, if you remember those couches, there was no cohesion to that, no rhyme or reason. And with this, everything just fits together so well. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I think I did a pretty good job. So let me know what you think down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, make sure to do all the YouTubey things to tell the algorithm to show you more of my videos. If you want to support this channel, or if you want, I'm thinking of starting some live design calls over on my Patreon. So if you want either of those, head over to patreon.com/medorakia. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, go to medorakia.com. Bye. Oh, my back. You might have found me for my redesigning oh. Ow. I've been sitting on this floor for 3 hours. My back is not okay. Bye.